Hey there everyone, and welcome back to the show. If you're new to the channel, I very much appreciate that you took some time out of your day to check out the video, and I hope you stick around. And with a new week, it's a new schedule. I posted the new upload scheduled in my post, so please check out the post tabs. Random information, random praises to all my supporters and polls, you can find it there. Now, as most of you know, the Stretch Goals Summer Swarm event has been divisive, to say the least. On one hand, you've got people farming until their eyes bleed, determined to squeeze out every last exotic and name drop possible. On the other hand, plenty of players are looking at the guaranteed Lexington at level 30 and the guaranteed Turmoils at level 50 and saying, why bother grinding? We're just going to get the rewards anyway. And I get that. The drop rates have been stingy. The vanity items really aren't everybody's cup of tea. And yes, it can feel discouraging to farm an event that looks like it's stacked up against you. But here's the thing. I myself, I'm still grinding. I'm still logging in, running activities, stacking caches, pushing levels. And if I'm being honest, I'm still chasing some of those elusive drops. And today I'm going to break down why, and more importantly, why it might still be worth your time too. And before we get into today's topic, it's that time again. Time for some thank yous. First, to my subscribers and members, I appreciate every single one of you. You're the foundation of this channel, and the reason I keep pushing these videos out week after week. But recently I've also had support coming in from angles I hadn't expected. A lot of you asked if there were ways to donate outside the usual merch or memberships, so I opened up a couple new avenues. A Ko-Fi account and a Cash App account. Enough people had asked, so I felt that it was time to roll those out. Now, to be clear, I'm not going to sit here begging for donations in any of my videos. That is not my style. Everything I make here is free, and it always will be. You get to decide what it's worth, if it's worth anything to you. The links are there in the video description, and there's an overlay on my YouTube and Twitch streams if you want to use them. Simple as that. Next, I need to thank my clan. A few members stepped up to help soft moderate my test streams while I was still trying to figure things out, and they stuck with it during the first Tuesday night stream and that surprise Friday night stream that I had not anticipated doing. They helped me glue this whole thing together, and I can't thank them enough. Now, if you're interested in helping moderate, whether soft or full, let me know. We can work something out. I've even thought about mocking up official Bad Dog staff t-shirts for anyone who wants to wear it. So here's a quick but very sincere thanks to everyone who has subscribed to the channel, became a member, donated through any avenue, or jumped in to help me get this all off the ground. Now, I'm not just tossing platitudes here when I say I couldn't have done this without you. That's why I make it a point in every video to show my thumbs up wall and now my new call out wall, so that the people who've gone above and beyond get that recognition that I feel they deserve. And lastly, before we jump into today's topic, the comments you've left on my videos and streams really drive this home for me. Over and over, you've told me how my videos have helped you. They've helped you better understand the mechanics, improved your game skill, and helped you notice the small details that changed your gameplay. That's why I make these videos. Not for any thanks coming back my way, but because I know they're actually helping other players. And hopefully that continues for 10 full Hannibal seasons and beyond. So once again, thank you. Okay, let's do it. Now, bear in mind, this is not a hype piece. I'm not here to tell you everything's perfect or that the system and the event is flawless. We've discussed this before, earlier last week. The grind has been harsh and the drop rates have been bullshit. What I'm going to give you is a clear picture of the value that's hiding underneath that frustration, the ways you can approach this event without burning out, and why I think it's smarter to lean into the grind than to sit it out. So let's start with the obvious, the guaranteed Lexington and Turmoil knee pads. Developers came out and clarified that if you hit level 30 in this event, you're guaranteed one Lexington assault rifle. If you hit level 50, you're guaranteed one pair of Turmoil knee pads. And if you've already cleared season level 150, you're done. You're automatically going to receive both of those items when the event closes out. Now, on paper, that sounds like the end of the grind, right? Just get your 50 levels and log off. And if you're just running 1 or 2 characters, that might be all you need. And that's fine, and that's fair. There's no arguments here. But here's the problem with looking at it that way. That guarantee is just the floor. It's the bare minimum the event is going to give you. If you stop there, you're ignoring the bigger picture. Every level you gain in this event isn't just pushing you towards those 2 named items. It's also feeding into your seasonal progression, your caches, your materials, your XP. You're getting resources that help with recalibration, optimization, and building out future gear sets. You're accelerating your season reward track. And if you're new or returning, this is one of the most efficient ways to close that gap and catch up with other veteran players. So yeah, you'll get your Lexington and your Turmoils. But the grind beyond that isn't wasted effort, it's compounding progress. And progress in the Division 2 is never wasted if you know how to use it. Now, let's talk about the vanity items. The part of this event that most people have shrugged off. You've got the Wasp outfit, the yellow and black bug look that honestly really isn't for everyone. There are themed patches, there are a few weapon skins, including green and yellow variants, and sure, if your first reaction is, I don't care about cosmetics, I hear you, especially this one. But here's why I don't dismiss these items. They're limited time exclusives, plus, generally, you're going to get them anyway in the first 10 caches. Now, the Division 2 has a habit of bringing cosmetics back later in different forms, sometimes in apparel events, sometimes in store rotations, but it's not guaranteed. The Wasp outfit might not be your style now, but 6 months from now, when people start rocking it in the dark zone or posting screenshots, you'll notice how few people actually have it. And that scarcity can oftentimes create value. I'm 50, I've seen weirder shit. And if you're someone who cares about thumbnails or screenshots or even just flexing in matchmaking lobbies, these cosmetics may or may not matter. They could give your agent identity. And collecting them while they're available is infinitely easier than wishing you had done so later on in the future. So while the vanity side isn't everyone's motivation, let alone their thing, it's still a reason to grind. Because variety is how your agent looks in part of what makes the game fun for long term. Okay, here's the big one. RNG. We've talked about this before. The event caches have been stingy. We've seen all the numbers. Roughly 80% of the time, you're getting nothing but filler. About 20% of the time, you might see a bonus drop. And even within that 20%, the chances of it being the exotic or the named thing you're looking for, it's microscopic. But let's think about this differently, though. The one place you can realistically get the Regulus outside this event is by committing to multiple raid completions and project requirements. It's not something a casual or even a determined solo player can just go out and grab. The same goes for the Ravenous or the Eagle Bearer. They're raid and dark zone locked. In this event, though, even with the brutal RNG, they are possible. They exist in this loot pool. And that means every cache you open is technically a lottery ticket with a jackpot attached. Now, if you go in thinking you're guaranteed to win the lottery, you're setting yourself up for failure and disappointment. But if you approach it as a grind where XP and resources are the baseline reward, shit you need anyway, and the exotic is a bonus on top, then every pull feels like extra value rather than wasted time. I'm not farming stretch goals because I think I'll pull a Regulus tomorrow. I'm farming because even the chance of a short-cutting months off my raid grinding is worth tossing a few more caches into a daily grind. And if nothing drops, well, I still get the XP, I've still got materials, and I've still got progress to show for it. That's why I call it a lottery. The base rewards justify the time. The jackpot is just icing on the cake. Now let's talk about how to grind this event without losing your sanity. Because here's where most players go wrong. They treat it like a separate job. They log in, chase only the event caches, and burn out within a day. That's not how you approach events in the Division 2, especially if you're new or you're a casual player. The smarter way is to layer your goals. Are you running control points? Great. Those give XP, they drop targeted loot, and they feed the event. You're doing the summit? Okay, perfect. You're stacking event XP on top of targeting farmed loot. Jumping into the Dark Zone? Okay. You're not just fighting for loot, you're feeding into event progression. The key is to never run an activity just for the event. Instead, align your normal farming loops with stretch goals so that every activity is paying you twice. That way, the event isn't a grind layered on top of the game. It's a bonus system rewarding you for playing how you already play. This is why I'm still farming, because my grind hasn't changed. I'm not running in circles chasing a cosmetic or praying for RNG miracles. I'm stacking event progress on top of what I've been doing this entire time. That's how you avoid burnout and still come out ahead. Generally, what we do in the clan is that we'll jump into each other's session, and then we figure out what's going to be the stronghold. And if we've got matching strongholds, cool. We will run it together. We'll even call out, like, we got one person. Well, I got the Capitol building. Everybody else got Roosevelt Island. Well, that one person may go, okay, you guys run, I don't have that. You go run Roosevelt. I'm going to go do the Capitol. By the time that they may have finished Roosevelt and they re-roll for their next priority stronghold, they may have the Capitol building at the point where I'm about to kill Ridgeway. And they'll all jump on me, and boom, they get the XP rewards for it. So that's what we've been doing, trying to find efficient ways to get this done. So we will run each other's strongholds with them. There's one last reason I'm grinding this event, and it has nothing to do with loot. Event-like stretch goals brings players back. They create temporary surges in matchmaking, they fill lobbies, and get clanmates active again. You feel the difference the moment you queue up. Instead of empty lobbies or waiting forever for a team, suddenly there are people everywhere chasing the same goals. And that matters. Because the Division 2 is always at its best when the world feels alive. When people are running missions together, when chatter is filling up in the Dark Zone, when your clanmates are logging on nightly instead of drifting off into other games. Even if you don't care about the cosmetics or the RNG, being part of that energy is its own reward. It reminds you why this game has lasted as long as it has. It gives you momentum, motivation, and sometimes even new friends or clan recruits. If you sit this event out, you miss that window. If you grind it, you're in the thick of it. Part of the conversation, part of the momentum, part of the community pulse that makes the division feel alive again. And honestly, that's worth more than the Lexington drop. So yeah, I get why a lot of players are sitting this event out. The drop rates are terrible. The cosmetics are, in my personal opinion, dumb. And the guaranteed Lexington turmoils makes it tempting to just sit it out and after hitting your minimum levels and just saying, screw it, I'm done. But for me, that's not enough reason to quit, because I see more value under the surface. The XP, the resources, the limited time cosmetics, the lottery chance at rare exotics, the smarter grind loops, and the community energy all stack up into something worth participating in. That's why I'm still grinding the stress goals. And honestly, even if the loot pool feels stingy, I'd rather look back and know I put in the effort than wish I had later. But now I want to hear from you. Are you grinding this event? Or are you sitting it out until the guaranteed drops land in your inbox? Drop your answer in the comments. Let's see where the community really stands. I do very much appreciate you guys watching. Again, a big thanks to subscribers and members for keeping this channel moving forward. Take care of yourselves, try to enjoy the grind, and until the next one, this is Hannibal, signing off.